Huntingdon Bearcat Wrestling is presented by Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, the heart of the community. And by Penn Highlands Community College, an affordable education close to home. Tonight's match is also brought to you by All-American Pizza and Subs, Mel's Concrete LLC, Brannaman's Meat Markets, and by Simone Family Chiropractic and Weight Loss in downtown Huntingdon. Now, with all the action of tonight's match, here's the voice of Bearcat Wrestling, Chad States, exclusively live on the airnetwork.net.
And good evening and welcome to the Huntingdon Gymnasium as we get ready to broadcast Huntingdon Wrestling, the 2017 edition, as the Huntingdon Bearcats are getting set to take on the perennial rival Mount Union. The Mount Union Trojans enter tonight's contest with a 8-7 record. They went 2-3 over the weekend at the Line Mountain Duels. But the more important thing to know about Mount Union is they are down in numbers. Tonight they bring in maybe 10, 11 healthy wrestlers out to the mat. They might only wrestle 9. It's hard to tell. So as we go into tonight's contest, the overall decision of the match will probably be over. But Huntingdon will field 13 wrestlers altogether, coming off a fantastic season last year, as they are now 8-1 a year, head coach John Mikett, who is 224-76. They were at the Juniata Duels over the weekend, going 5-0. Huntingdon has also been involved in 2 tournaments. First, the King of the Mountain tournament, the prestigious King of the Mountain tournament, as we get ready to see the Bearcats come out to the mat to get ready to warm up here. They finished 23rd at the prestigious King of the Mountain tournament. In December, Jacob Oliver, the returning PIAA state champion for the Bearcats at 170 pounds, wrestled in the finals and lost a close decision to Nick Bonacorsi, but he did wrestle that match at 182 pounds as he was in the process of dropping down to 170. Huntington's other tournament ended up being at the Conestoga Valley tournament in December, where they finished 4th. Jacob Oliver, the lone champ there, he became the tournament's first 4-time champion, wrestling at 170 pounds. Clearfield was supposed to be on the docket for this week, a duel on Tuesday, but that got postponed due to weather. So now we're all set between the 8-1 Bearcats and the 8-7 Trojans of Mount Union. Again, historically, this is a grudge match. This typically is a packed gym, and it is tonight, as we've got lots of people on both sides. I want to say we're probably close 400 or 500 people here tonight in Huntington's gym, braving the inclement weather. As we just heard a big downpour here in Huntington probably about 45 minutes ago. Huntington is led, as we had talked about, they are led by their senior 170-pounder, Jake Oliver. Jake's 16-1 on the year. He is the returning PIAA state champion. They are also have 2 other kids that finished or actually made it to states last year. Actually, one of the kids that made it to states, and that would be Seth Beatty, who finished 4th at 145 pounds. But Huntington should have a star-studded lineup once again. They should be favored for the district duels, along with the individual district tournament that'll be coming up later on here on the airnetwork.net. So there's a little brief recap. Whenever we come back from the break, we will run down lineups and get you set for action here at Huntington. You are listening to Bearcat Wrestling on the airnetwork.net.
It's a brand new year, so start it off right by shedding those pounds and living a healthy lifestyle. Call Dr. Michael Simone at Simone Family Chiropractic and Weight Loss at 613 Washington Street, downtown Huntingdon, for a proven safe way to shed those extra pounds. Dr. Simone utilizes the doctor-supervised Chiro Thin weight loss program that helps you lose significant weight without exercise, expensive prepackaged foods, or diet shakes. It's real food with real results. Try the Chiro Thin plan on your way to a healthier you by calling Dr. Simone for a free consultation. Call 643-2616 for a happier you.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Kahuna, the 24-square cut pizza with your choice of one topping for only $19.99. Now at All American Pizza and Subs at 612 Washington Street, downtown Huntingdon. All American Pizza and Subs has delivery, and they're the home of great pizza, subs, salad, wings, and more for lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack. Call All American Pizza and Subs right now at 643-0222. Closed Mondays. All American Pizza and Subs. Like us on Facebook. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Join the women of the Moose for another great breakfast and bake sale coming up Saturday, January 21st from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Plus, check out our Friday food specials every Friday this month. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
It's Bearcat Wrestling on the AirNetwork.net, live from Huntingdon Area High School tonight. The Huntingdon Wrestling Bearcats taking on their rival Mount Union Trojans. We'll be with you throughout the season. Chad States with all the action of tonight's match coming up. And, of course, we'll keep you posted on other scores throughout the night. You want to keep it here, it's the AirNetwork.net. Now live to Huntingdon High School with all the action of tonight's Bearcat Wrestling match against the Mount Union Trojans. Here's the voice of Bearcat Wrestling, Chad States, live on the Air Network.
All right, and welcome back to the Huntingdon Gymnasium as we get ready to announce the lineups for this match between the Huntingdon Bearcats, who are 8-1 on the season, against the Mount Union Trojans, who come in at 8-7. We're going to do a brief little rundown here. At 106 pounds, it looks to be Roland Mills for Huntingdon, 7-4 on the year. And it looks like he might get a forfeit. It's hard to tell. We're just going to run down through what we think Huntington's lineup is going to be. That's 106 pounds, 7-4 Roland Mills. At 113 pounds, it looks to be Caden Reamer. He is 5 on the year. At 120 pounds, we'll have freshman Chandler Lauer, 6-7 on the year. At 126 pounds, it'll be sophomore Jacob Wagner. He has got a 12-6 record. At 132 pounds, it'll be junior Isaac Benson, 13-6. At 138 pounds, and probably the marquee bout of the night, it'll be Tyler Scott, 11-6, and he'll go against Mount Union's Andrew Tadero. At 145 pounds, looks to be Trent Schaefer for Huntington. He is 7-6. At 152 pounds, Joey Bailey going to get the call for the Bearcats. He is 9-3. At 160 pounds, it's going to be an either or here. It just depends on how it goes. It'll either be Seth Bainey, a PIAA state place winner last year, finishing in 4th. He's 11-1, or Braden No, 2-2 on the year. At 170 pounds, we're either going to get Bainey or Jacob Oliver, 16-1, and your returning PIAA state champ at that weight class. At 182 pounds, it'll be Ryder Kosick, 3-4 on the year, or Jacob Oliver. At 195 pounds, it'll be Alex Mikan for the Bearcats. He is 12-6. At 220 pounds, Landon Fisher, 15-5 on the year. And at 285 pounds, it'll be Brady Shope, 7-8. So we're just watching the Bearcats line up here against Mount Union. They're announcing them out on the mat. Again, it's in wrestling, they can shift weight classes depending on where the wrestlers weigh in at. So we might see some bump ups here as we go along. We'll see what weight class they end up starting out at. And then we'll get ready to roll here very, very momentarily. Again, the Bearcats are coming off just what is an outstanding year last year. They were the PIAA state runner-ups. They were the Southwest Regional champs as a team in the tournament. They were the District 6 dual and individual tournament champions last year. They had 3 or 4 place winners in the PIAA state tournament last year, as Jacob Oliver captured first. You had Seth Bainey capturing 4th place. Landon Fisher and Jonathan Wagner also placing at the state tournament last year, as Huntington finished an unprecedented 2nd right behind Brookville. So, yeah, looks like the announcements are done. Captains are going to come out and shake the hand of the referee, and we will get started here momentarily from Huntington. Again, John Mikett in his 16th year, 224-76 dual meet record. He has been recognized multiple times as District Coach of the Year and also on the state level as well. So we will get started here. We'll see what weight class they're going to start at. Flip of the coin, and red will have their choice. That will be Huntington, so they will choose to send out the rest. Huntington will have their choice in the odd matches, is what it looks like, to make the decision on what wrestler to send out. Mount Union will have their choice in the even matches on who to send out. So we are going to start at 106. We're starting at 120, according to Jeff Norris from the Daily News, and it is Chandler Lauer, and it looks like, is this Josh Boozle? Yep. Chandler Lauer and Josh Boozle. Locking horns here in the center of the mat. Collar ties for each one. Huntington in the white singlet with a red and blue trim. There's Lauer in on a high C single. Trying to finish this off here on the near side of the mat. Boozle doing a good job grabbing the back of the ankle. No decision yet on a takedown, as Boozle's really trying to hang on here. Now we're going to get 2 on for Green. That is a 2-point takedown for Boozle, as he's able to go ahead and grab that left leg. And now he's going to split her up, Lauer here in the middle of the mat. Is he going to get back points? He's holding 2 down for back points, so it's going to be, and he's going to flip Lauer over again here on the far side of the mat. He's got another count. There's 1 count. As Lauer's shoulders return parallel. Now he's got a 3 count. Still holding 2 is the referee. Another count again, as Boozle is really trying to work Lauer over onto his back. 1:03 to go here. First period action. Mount Union in the blue and gold singlets. Huntington in the white, and another count as Boozle's got Lauer in all kinds of trouble here on the far right side of the mat. Now he's got him flipped over. There's a count, so he's got to get some back points and a fall in 1 minute and 15 seconds for Josh Boozle. So Mount Union will go out to a 6-0 lead on the fall by Josh Boozle at 1:15. We will now move on to 126 pounds. Huntington's going to send out sophomore Jacob Wagner. Wagner 12-6. And he is going to receive a forfeit. So there's a forfeit for Huntington, as Mount Union is choosing not to send anybody out to that weight class. And we'll roll out to 132 pounds, where Isaac Benson will also receive a forfeit at 132 pounds. Now making your team score 12-6 in favor of the Bearcats. We knew that Mount Union was going to have a little bit of trouble fielding some weight classes here. Now we're going to move on to 138 pounds. And this should be Tyler Scott, the senior, 11-6 for the Bearcats, returning District 6 champion and Southwest Regional qualifier and PIAA qualifier. And he's going to go up against Andrew Tadero of Mount Union, and what we said was the marquee match of the night. Collar ties for both wrestlers. There's a shot by Scott, attempt on the right leg of Tadero. Little shot as they're still collar tied up here on the left side of the mat. Underhooks in for Scott as he's looking to gain control. Heavy on the neck now is Scott of Tadero. Now he tries an ankle pick, and he gets, is he going to get two? No, only hangs on to the left leg of Tadero. Tadero is able to scoot off the edge of the mat. So a nice ankle pick attempt there by Scott. And we are neutral back in the center of the mat. 1:36 to go, period number 1. Again, 2 forfeits now for Huntingdon, making the team score 12-6. There's another ankle pick. In on that left ankle of Tadero is Scott, now coming up in between the legs. And going to try to get turned around as Scott dives, or Tadero dives down onto Scott's ankles. And he's trying to turn around, he's trying to get his hips through and turn around is Scott. Still trying to come out from underneath. 1:08 left to go, period number 1. Now Scott finally gets turned around. He's got to get that ankle cleared up, and there it is, a 2-point takedown for Scott. And we're going to have a little blood time. So Scott really had to work that in on that left ankle of Tadero, the second shot, and he was able to finish that off for a 2-point takedown. 58 seconds left to go, and we are stopped for blood time here in this match at 138 pounds. Again, first match of the night, 120 pounds. Josh Boozle with a fall in 1 minute, 15 seconds over Chandler Lauer. 126 pounds, Jacob Wagner receives a forfeit. And 132 pounds, Isaac Benson receives a forfeit. And we are at a 12-6 score. Now both wrestlers back out in the center of the mat. Scott on the top position, and he starts to go to work now on Tadero. 46 seconds left to go, period number 1 action. Scott reaching in for the wrist. Tight waist now as he bellies out. Tadero in the middle of the mat now. Reaches across with his right arm. He's trying to turn him. Trying to get a turn here with him and not quite able to. He's trying to step over. 30 seconds left to go. Period number 1. 2-0 your score by way of a takedown for Tyler Scott. And Scott is 11-6 on the year. 20 seconds left to go. Scott still in control here. Tadero trying to reach in on the right leg of Scott to try to break free, but Scott having none of it and trying to stay heavy on his ankle and his head to not let Tadero out and get that 1-point escape. Now he's able to try and flip him over, not doing anything. Scott still hanging up, got real high on Tadero's head, but was able to finish it, write him out for the period, and a 2-0 score. Tadero defers his choice to the third period, and Scott will take down here in period number 2. 2-0 your score in favor of Tyler Scott of Huntingdon. Scott now, whistle blow. Scott trying to get to his feet. Tadero able to break him down and get Scott down on the mat. Scott now back, trying to get to his base and get up to his feet, and able to turn out, and not awarded one yet. It should be coming soon, though. Not sure why ref hasn't given him the 1 now. He's holding it, other than Tadero has a hold of the wrist. There's the 1-point escape for Scott. 1:34 to go, period number 2. Scott out to a 3-0 lead. Now Tadero in on a single leg of Scott, but Scott able to turn and grab the ankle and get a potentially dangerous here on Tadero. So now we're going to be neutral with both wrestlers here in the center of the mat. Again, as we had said, Scott, a District 6 champ at 138 pounds. Finished 5th in the Southwest Regional last year at 138 pounds as well. 1:17 to go, period number 2. 3-0 your score in favor of Scott. Scott again in on that left ankle. It seems to be the shot he wants to get working here and trying to come up between the legs of Tadero. Very similar to what we saw in period number 1. Tadero diving down to the ankles of Scott. Scott still trying to fight and come through, turn his hips. Tadero not giving up that right ankle of Scott, and Scott is now standing here. Tadero, now we might be looking at another potentially dangerous, and there it is, as Scott's not able to free up that right ankle from Tadero. 49 seconds left to go, period number 3. 3-0 your bout score between Tyler Scott and Andrew Tadero. Now, Scott trying a throw by, and he gets the 2-point takedown on Tadero, and out to a 5-0 lead as he breaks Tadero down now here in the middle of the mat. 36 seconds left to go. Period number 2, 5-0 your score in favor of Tyler Scott of Huntingdon. 12-6 your bout score in favor of Huntingdon. Again, with Mount Union forfeiting some weights, the team score will probably not be a factor. We'll just be talking about a lot of individual weight classes here. Tadero now able to turn out and get a 1-point escape. 5-1 your score. Now he dives in on the legs of Scott. Scott able to sprawl back, takes a peek at the clock, sees that there's 8 seconds left, and is going to try and get a takedown of his own. As 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and both wrestlers are going to finish on their feet here to end period number 2. 5-1 your score in favor of Tyler Scott. It is Tadero's choice as he deferred. He will go down here in the 3rd period. Scott on top, and Tadero tried to switch and turn out, unable to, as Scott's able to break him down, center of the mat here in period number 3. Scott now hanging on to a tight waist, and in total control of Tadero here as Tadero's on his knees trying to get to his feet or trying to base out but not able to, and now Tyler able to break him down and belly out Tadero in the middle of the mat. Scott with right wrist control over Tadero, trying to drag it behind his back and trying to get him turned over here. Tadero having none of it. He's able to work back to a base here. 1:23 to go, 3rd period action. Now some hooks in by Scott as Tadero is now sitting down here in the middle of the mat. Scott still in control now, trying to get Tadero down to his back, and Tadero will slip out for the escape and make this a 5-2 bout score. 5-2, 1 minute left to go, period number 3. Action at 138 pounds between Tyler Scott of Huntingdon and Andrew Tadero of Mount Union. At the time, Tadero in for a weak shot attempt, and Scott trying to spin around to the back of Tadero, but Tadero doing a good job of hanging on to the right leg and not allowing Scott to break free. Scott trying to get his right leg free, but unable to. Try to look and see if he can hook up a cradle, but he's got to free that right leg first. 30 seconds left to go. Period number 3. Still nothing. Still no control either wrestler. Both wrestlers are neutral. Now Scott diving back into the right ankle of Tadero. Tadero trying to come up through and get a 2-point takedown of his own. He's in on the ankle. We got a potentially dangerous as the referee stops it. With 13 seconds left to go, both wrestlers will be neutral here in the middle of the mat. 5-2 your score in favor of Tyler Scott. Collar ties now for both wrestlers, middle of the mat. And Tadero tries a weak attempt and just falls underneath Scott. And Scott is going to sit on this as he gets another takedown, and will finish 7-2. That's a 7-2 decision for Tyler Scott. And that'll run your team score in favor of Huntingdon now to 15-6. And now checking in for Huntingdon at 145 pounds will be Trent Schaefer. And we will see, is this McMickens, Taven McMickens? This will be Taven McMickens for Mount Union at 145 pounds. Schaefer entering the bout at a 7-6 record. With wrestlers jockeying for position here. Weak shot attempt there by Schaefer. There's a shot in on the legs of Schaefer by McMickens. Schaefer able to fend that one off. There's a high C attempt by Schaefer. McMickens able to stand through on that one. No score. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go. Period number 1. Both wrestlers very active here in the early going. Looking for their shot. There's another left-legged high C by Schaefer, except Schaefer gets caught this time and taken straight to his back by McMickens. McMickens hits him with a headlock, so it's a 2-point takedown for McMickens. And he's got Schaefer in all kinds of trouble receiving back points as he's able to hit the headlock out of that. 1:05 to go, period number 1. And Schaefer's trying to bridge out of it, but McMickens put the squeeze on, but Schaefer did bridge out of it. So he will get 2 back points. We're going to stop here for blood time. So it's a 2-point takedown and 2 back points for McMickens as the shot attempt for Schaefer backfired. McMickens hitting with a headlock and goes out to a 4-0 score here. period number 1 action between McMickens of Mount Union and Schaefer of Huntingdon. And we are at 145 pounds. Takedowns are 3-2 in favor of the Bearcats so far this evening. But that was a nice headlock there by Taven McMickens, whom I believe also played quarterback a bit for the Mount Union Trojans this year too. A very, very good athlete for the Trojans. They're going to do some 5 minutes of blood time here. So anytime a wrestler he's got 5 minutes of blood time, and that's 5 minutes for the entire bout. If you go through the entire 5 minutes, you will end up having to forfeit your match. So working on the face here of Schaefer. 1 minute is already passed on blood time. And they're going to cut it. Looks like they're going to bring the wrestlers back to action here at 145 pounds. Trainer Dan Chase just making sure he's got all the blood off of Schaefer before he returns him out here to the mat. Clean up a little bit of the residual that's left out there, and we'll go from there. We'll take a quick little break here. You're listening to Bearcat Sports exclusively on theairnetwork.net. Don't forget to check out our website at theairnetwork.net for schedules and more information on upcoming broadcasts exclusively on theairnetwork.net. Basketball will return to action here on January 17th as the boys basketball team will face Bellefonte. So make sure you tune into that as boys basketball action as we continue our winter sports broadcast on theairnetwork.net. Schaefer back to the center of the mat. And McMickens on top, and we are back in action. 54 seconds left to go, period number 1. Schaefer trying to get to his feet, gets to his feet, trying to now get away from McMickens, and he does, and there's a 1-point escape. So McMickens out to a 4-1 lead now as the escape from Schaefer. And now Schaefer tries a headlock of his own, and McMickens with a 2-point takedown. So not sure what Schaefer was really thinking as he tried to hip toss McMickens there, and McMickens gets a takedown of his own. Is now out to a 6-2 lead as he just cuts Schaefer loose. So Schaefer being a little bit unorthodox, and McMickens knew it, and he's able to take control. But McMickens now in on a cradle attempt takedown for Schaefer. Schaefer in on the left leg of McMickens and trying to hold on it. We're going to get a blood time now again. Blood time again. So they're going to run the clock here on Schaefer. You're listening to Bearcat Wrestling on the airnetwork.net. This is Chad States bringing to you all the action of Bearcat Wrestling this year, as much of it as we can. We will bring you the district duels on February 4th. We'll also bring you the individual tournaments, the district team tournament on February 18th, the Southwest Regional Tournament on March 4th, and that will be held on the campus of IUP, and the PIAA State Wrestling Championships on March 11th, as Huntington figures to have couple kids, hopefully wrestling for the title. One we should have wrestling for the title. We'll see him later on. That will be Jacob Oliver. Going to get wrestlers here as we cut the blood time. 6-2 score in favor of Taven McMickens of Mount Union. Set to take the top position here as Schaefer is down. We're going to go an optional start. It's like McMickens wants to see if he wants to cut him loose and go an optional start. And we're going to have a little bit of a question here about that. Bearcat Sports Bearcats and the airnetwork.net are presented by the Huntington Moose Family Center, number 223, Pennsylvania Highlands Community College. Other supporters of the broadcast include American Pizza and Subs, All American Pizza and Subs, Mel's Concrete LLC, Michael Simone, and Bremen's Meat Markets. Thanks for listening to Bearcat Sports. As we get started here, McMickens trying another shot here as he gave Schaefer the optional start. It should be, I believe, a 6-3 score. Scoreboard is still reading 6-2. Now it's going to go 6-3. We're going to start period number 2 on their feet. Mickens in charge here, 6-3. We are neutral now. Collar ties for both wrestlers. We start action in period number 2. Huntington out to a 15-6 team lead. There's a shot attempt by Mickens in on the left leg of Schaefer and then quickly let go. Both wrestlers return neutral back to the center of the mat. 1:40 to go here. Period number 2 action between Taven McMickens of Mount Union and Trent Schaefer of Huntington at 145 pounds. Mickens tapping ahead of Schaefer. Schaefer trying to look in. He comes in and butts ahead of it. Now Schaefer trying to do a toss attempt on McMickens and unable to. McMickens showing his strength here. Schaefer's really trying to do a hip toss. McMickens have nothing of it. In fact, it looks like Schaefer's going to get McMickens to his back. There's a 2-point takedown, and to his back goes McMickens. So we've got a 4-point move here for Schaefer with 58 seconds left to go in period number 2. He's holding 2. The referee's holding 2, so now he's counting more back points on McMickens. Schaefer has McMickens in all kinds of trouble, and he is pretty flat here. There it is, the fall for Schaefer. He's able to work through it. McMickens dominating this match from the beginning, but a toss by Schaefer, and we are going to have a fall at 3 minutes and 16 seconds is Trent Schaefer with the fall for the Bearcats. So you never know where it's going to come from, but there's the pin for Trent Schaefer. He improves to 8-6, and Huntingdon now runs out to a 21-6 lead. Trenton Schaefer with the fall, 3 minutes, 16 seconds over Taven McMickens, and we will move to 152 pounds, where we should see Joey Bailey of Huntingdon, and we'll see who Mount Union sends out. Caleb Morgan of Mount Union. So it's going to be Bailey and Morgan. Bailey 9-3 on the year, and Caleb Morgan for Mount Union at 152 pounds. Again, your bout score in the favor of Huntingdon, 21-6. So it's tied up here in the center of the mat as Bailey's in on a shot attempt. Morgan able to fend off and scoot around behind for the 2-point takedown for Mount Union. So Morgan with the early takedown of Bailey here at 152 pounds. Now on the far side of the mat as Morgan's able to break down Bailey. Bailey trying to get to his feet now, able to stand up. Morgan, and they both are going to run out the side of the mat here with 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go, period number 1. Let's just return to the center of the mat. Morgan will take top, and we'll get started here again. Bailey trying to switch out, and he's able to. We're going to see the 1 point escape now for Bailey. And there's a toss by Morgan as he's going to get Bailey. No, nothing awarded yet. He's got a tight headlock in on Bailey. Still nothing awarded yet as Bailey's able to fend off his headlock attempt by Morgan and might be able to slip out behind Morgan to get a takedown of his own. And that's why the referee is not awarding it, but Morgan is getting a little bit high here on Bailey, but Bailey's still doing a good job of fending off this headlock attack. If he gets his head out, he's going to get a 2-point takedown, and there it is. Bailey with the 2-point takedown on Morgan. So Bailey did a great job there of fending off the headlock attempt by Morgan and able to come out and get the 2-point takedown of his own, and now he's got Morgan bellied out here, center of the mat. 36 seconds left to go, period number 1. And it looks like Bailey's trying to run a wizard of his own here. He's got Morgan now belly back out here. 20 seconds left to go. Period number 1. 3-2 your score in favor of Joey Bailey of Huntingdon. He did a great job of fending off that headlock attempt by Caleb Morgan. 10 seconds left to go. Coach John Micah telling Bailey to keep him down, keep him down. Bailey doing a good job of keeping him down. 2 seconds, 1 second. We're going to end period number 1. Your score in favor of Joey Bailey with a 3-2 bout score. Again, 21-6. The team score in favor of Huntingdon. Bailey will be in the down position as Morgan takes top. And we are set to go here again. Bailey to his feet, trying to break free and able to. We are neutral now. 1-point escape for Bailey, making it 4-2 in favor of the Bearcat. I believe Bailey is a junior. We will see. He is Joey Bailey, a junior, 9-3 on the year. Now in on a deep single leg attempt. He's got Morgan hopping on one foot. Is Bailey able to control the left leg of Morgan and trying to break him down. Morgan again. And Bailey is going to get not the 2-point takedown. Nothing yet, says the official. We're on a near edge of the mat here. Bailey's feet are in. but he does not have total control yet. We are still neutral. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go. 4-2 bout score in favor of Joey Bailey. So Joey with a nice deep single leg shot attempt there. Morgan doing a good job of fending that off. And we are neutral here with both wrestlers in the center of the mat. Trying to gain wrist control is Bailey now, and a deep ankle pick is Bailey. Going to try to come up in between the legs of Morgan, just like we saw at a Tyler Scott in his bout. Now he's got to come up through. He's not able to get his head out yet as Morgan dives down to the ankles of Bailey. Now he's working to get his hips free. Working to get his hips free is Bailey. Still got to free that ankle from Morgan, though, and he's not able quite to yet, but he is really working hard. Now Morgan able to turn in on Bailey. But Bailey has a hold of Morgan's left ankle, so there's no positioning. Still neutral. Now Bailey throws Morgan over the top, and there's a 2-point takedown for Bailey. He just threw Morgan over the top of his head, and he's out to a 6-2 lead. And trying to get Morgan cranked over on his back, but unable to. 9 seconds left to go, period number 2. And Bailey out to a 6-2 lead, and looks like he's just going to keep him down 2-1 and ends up period number 2. Bailey out to a 6-2 lead over Caleb Morgan of Mount Union. Morgan will choose down here to start period number 3. And Morgan trying to sit out and break free of Bailey, and he's able to, and there's a 1-point escape for Morgan. 6-3 now your score in favor of junior Joey Bailey of Huntingdon. And Bailey entering the match with a 9-3 record. There's a double leg takedown attempt by Bailey, fended off by Morgan. He's able to sprawl out of that. Now both wrestlers back in the center of the mat. Looks like Bailey's working hard on the elbow of Morgan. Now they're just tied up, collar ties here, middle of the mat. Bailey trying to slip behind. Shoots in on the right leg of Morgan. Morgan sprawled back. Now Bailey trying to work through for a takedown here in the middle of the mat, and he's working, and he gets it. 2-point takedown now for Bailey. 8-3 your score in favor of Joey Bailey. 5-point lead now, 152 pounds. Bailey trying to work a half Nelson here on Morgan. Now he lets go and just breaks him down, and Morgan completely bellied out on the middle of the mat. Morgan really not doing anything to try to get out. Now he's down. He tries to get to his base as Bailey trying to roll a half Nelson on him, and bellies out Morgan again. And now a hard crossface by Bailey here, center of the mat. 35 seconds left to go. 8-3 your score in favor of Joey Bailey of Huntingdon. Bailey again, as Morgan's trying to gets up to his knees, and Bailey just doing a really good job of working on the right arm of Morgan, down the right angle, just completely trying to keep him broken down, and really nowhere for Morgan to go here as Bailey's doing a great job. 12 seconds left to go, 8-3 your score. Morgan tries to roll out, but unable to as both wrestlers go flying off the edge of the mat. 8 seconds left to go, 8-3. Bout score in favor of Joey Bailey of Huntingdon. So looks like Bailey's going to win this match, and Huntington's going to jump out to a 24-6 lead. 4 seconds left to go, and that's going to finish it as Joey Bailey's going to win by decision 8-3 over Caleb Morgan. As we move to 160 pounds, and we'll see what happens here. Huntington should be rolling out Seth Bainey, but they may roll out Braden Node. We'll see what Mount Union does, if anything here, as Braden Node is going to come out and accept the forfeit for Huntington. So that's good. $170 pounds. It's going to make our bout score 30-6 for the Bearcats. Again, Mount Union being led by Corey Wirtz, who's been the helm of that program for years, and Huntington led by John Mikett, who's in his 16th season. So we're waiting to see what's happening here as we are at 170 pounds. It's an even weight, so it should be Mount Union's choice that Looks like Mount Union is not sending anybody out at 170, and Seth Bainey will come out and accept a forfeit at 170 pounds. So that's 4 forfeits for Mount Union in this bout. It pushes it to 36-6, and we'll run up to 182 pounds, where we'll see Jacob Oliver, and he is going to be wrestling. We'll try and get the name. It looks like it's Tucker Helfrich. So this is going to be Oliver versus Helfrich at 182 pounds. And PIAA state champ in all of 2 seconds, and he's in on a double leg takedown, and he's got Helfrich down in the middle of the mat. So a 2-point takedown for Oliver as he goes to work on Helfrich, and we don't expect this match to last long either. Again, Jacob Oliver, 16-1 on the season, and it took him 2 seconds to get the double leg takedown on Helfrich as he goes to work on the top of Helfrich on the far side of the mat. Both wrestlers going to be off the edge here. Helfrich will be on the down position. Oliver out now on the top, as Oliver's going to get a little bit of a workout, but don't expect him to break a sweat. Caution now on Oliver. Too quick of a start. Get a couple of those in the match before the referee will award a point. 1 minute, 31 seconds to go, period number 1. As there's a barrel roll over for Oliver, and he's going to get back points here on Helfrich. Just got a 1 count, 2 count. Nope, he got 2 points. So there's 2 back points for Oliver. 2 near fall points for Oliver as he's out to a 4-0 score. 1:10 to go, period number 1 for the returning PIAA state champ, Jacob Oliver, at the weight that he will be wrestling at in the postseason, 170. Now he's got Helfrich turned over, and we're going to see if he's going to get the pin here. 56 seconds left to go, period 1. He's got Helfrich in all kinds of trouble here on the left near side of the mat. And all he's got to do is just kind of get that leg bent over there. He's now in better position. And Helfrich able to flip out of there. 3 back points now awarded. 3 near fall points for Oliver. He's out to a 7-0 lead here in period number 1. 39 seconds left to go for Jake Oliver. And Oliver, injured for most of last year, was not a district champion, was not a regional champion, as he was really ended up starting his season all over again at the District 6 tournament. He lost the district and regional championships to Anthony Walters of Westmont Hilltop, unable to avenge those losses. And now he's got Helfrich in all kinds of trouble here again as he's getting back points in the center of the mat. 17 seconds left to go, period number 1. More back points being awarded for Oliver as he's looking for the pin, and he should be close to There it is. 6 seconds left to go, so that's a pin at 154 for Jacob Oliver at 182 pounds. So Huntingdon will now jump out to a 42-6 lead. And we'll move to 195 pounds, where we will see Levi Hockenberry from Mount Union against junior Alex Mikett of Huntingdon. Mikett 12-6 on the year. We're now at 195 pounds. As Jacob Oliver, again, as we expected, making quick work of Tucker Helfrich at 182. There's a single leg shot attempt by Mikett, fended off by Hockenberry. And this probably should be one of the better matches of the night. Even the next one, Jake Ryan, probably Mount Union's best wrestler at 220 pounds, probably matching up against Landon Fisher. See that match hopefully coming up next. There's a weak shot attempt by Hockenberry. Mikett, very tall, able to fend that off. And both wrestlers are neutral here, center of the mat, 1:20 to go, period number 1 action. Again, 42-6 in favor of Huntingdon. There's a single leg shot attempt by Mikett, and he's in on deep of it. Hockenberry able to stand tall and able to try to flip Mikett over to get 2, but unable to. And now we're going to 2-point takedown for Mikett. So Hockenberry tried a headlock. Mikett able to fend that off. Now Hockenberry able to try to get a reversal here on Mikett, and unable to, as Mikett's able to spin through and grab a hold of the ankle. And he is just content here, sitting on the bottom of the mat, holding on to the left ankle of Hockenberry. 43 seconds left to go. Mike, it's still in control. 2-0 your score by way of a takedown there. 36 seconds left to go. We got a potentially dangerous here. We'll return both wrestlers to the center of the mat. Hockenberry will take the down position. 2-0 your score in favor of Alex Mikett of Huntingdon. And Huntingdon in the white singlet. Mount Union in the blue singlet here. Bearcat wrestling at the Huntingdon Gymnasium. And Mikett will just cut Hockenberry loose for the escape. 2-1 your score. 20 seconds left to go. Period 1 action at 195 pounds. With wrestlers with collar ties here in the center of the mat. Now throw by attempt by Mikett, fended off by Hockenberry. 5 seconds left to go. And period number 1 is going to end with a 2-1 bout score in favor of Alex Mikett. Be Hockenberry's choice. He is going to defer, and Mikett will take the down position to begin period number 2. And don't forget to join the AirNetwork.net on Monday nights for Monday Night Sports Talk every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on all your mobile devices as we discuss just about everything on that. So make sure you check us out on Monday nights on Monday Night Sports Talk. Mikett able to get free for the escape and go out to a 3-1 lead over Levi Hockenberry of Mount Union. Shot attempt in on the right leg of Hockenberry was Mikett. Now Levi Hockenberry able to break Mikett down here a little bit. Heavy on the head. Pushes Mikett away, and both wrestlers are still neutral center of the mat. 1:30 to go, period number 2. And Hockenberry breaking free again. Both wrestlers neutral here. 1:15 to go. Period number 2 action between Alex Mikett of Huntingdon and Levi Hockenberry of Mount Union. Mikett entering the match with a 12-6 record. Mikett trying to go upper body with Hockenberry, and Coach John Mikett, which also be a dad, said, no, don't do that, and he did not. And we're still neutral here. 3-1 your score. 45 seconds left to go, period number 2. Coach Mikett telling Alex to keep his head up here. 28 seconds left to go, period number 1. The Westers just kind of pushing each other around here in the center of the mat. Not really too many shot attempts. The ones that we have seen are kind of weak in nature. Both trying to stay upper body with each other as opposed to trying to work down on the legs. 12 seconds left to go, period number 2. And Mikett's still out with a 3-1 score. Hockenberry will be able to take the down position. He deferred to the third period as period number 2 comes to a close. It'll be Hockenberry's decision. He will choose down. And we will be out to not ready to start period number 3 here. As Mikett able to try to keep Hockenberry down, but not able to. Now Hockenberry will turn out, and there's the 1-point escape for Hockenberry. Now quickly in on the legs of Mikett is Hockenberry as both wrestlers fall out of bounds there. Levi Hockenberry got the escape and then quickly dove down into the ankles of Mikett, but both wrestlers went out of bounds. 1:46 left to go. A 1-point lead for Alex Mikett of Huntingdon over Levi Hockenberry of Mount Union. Again, both wrestlers just kind of content here, pushing each other around. Mikett trying to grab a hold of the head and push the shoulders back of Hockenberry. There's a shot attempt by Hockenberry. Mikett's going to have to shoot here, too. He's really not pushing the action. And we're going to have to see a shot attempt here, or he's going to get hit with a stalling call. Mikett's really not doing much out here. Collar ties for both wrestlers, center of the mat. 1:06 left to go. Hockenberry and Mikett, 3-2 bout score. Neither wrestler really doing anything, just both content trying to go, play on the head, and Mikett backing out, and both wrestlers out of bounds with 51 seconds left to go. Looks like the referee's talking to Alex, saying, hey, you're going to have to do something here, and he's right. He's going to have to at least try a shot attempt or something here as he's going to get hit with a stall warning. Will be a warning at first. There's a shot attempt in by Hockenberry. He's trying to suck in the left leg of Mikett. Mikett diving down in onto the ankles and staying on top as Hockenberry goes in underneath. We got a stalemate, 32 seconds left to go. Sure why Mikett hasn't tried any shot attempts here, though. 28 seconds left to go. There's another shot attempt in by Mikett, and we are going to see a stall warning. Stall warning that time on Mikett as he was backing up. So one more, and he's going to get hit with a penalty point. Hockenberry trying to get in as both wrestlers are trying to go heavy. There's an inside trip attempt by Hockenberry, not able to. 10 seconds left to go. Hockenberry trying to flip Mikett over, but Mikett trying to fend this shot attempt off. 3 seconds. Both wrestlers still neutral and nothing, and Mikett is going to win a 3-2 decision over Levi Hockenberry of Mount Union, and that'll make it 45-6 in favor of the Bearcats. So Alex Mikett with a hard-fought 3-2 victory over Levi Hockenberry from Mount Union. He's able to fend off the last shot, and we will move to 220 pounds, where we will have Landon Fisher of Huntingdon and Jake Ryan of Mount Union. Fisher, also a junior, 15-5 on the year, a Southwest Regional qualifier last year. He placed 5th at the district championships for the Bearcats, and just, had one heck of a tournament for Huntingdon at 220 pounds. Coming out of nowhere to finish 5th in that tournament was Landon. 45-6 in favor of Huntingdon now. The match is not in. Is pretty much over at this point in time. In fact, it is over at this point in time, as Huntingdon will win and improve to 9-1 on the year. So now we'll just contest the remainder of the bouts, and we'll see what happens. Again, Landon Fisher, Jake Ryan. Wrestlers tied up, trying to go upper body here on each other. As it's like Fisher might have the height advantage. There's an inside trip to a headlock for Ryan. And he's going to get the 2-point takedown, and back points awarded is Ryan. And Fisher's going to try to fight this off on the far side of the mat, and he's able to, so it's a 2-2 situation for Mount Union and a 1-point escape for Landon Fisher. And there's Ryan in on a left leg shot attempt again, far side of the mat. Both wrestlers go out of bounds. 4-1 your score in favor of Jake Ryan of Mount Union. Don't forget, the Air Network will soon add an FM signal to our local listeners. You can listen to Bearcat Sports. Watch our website for more details coming up on the airnetwork.net, but we will be launching an FM signal here in the Huntingdon area, so be aware of that coming soon on the airnetwork.net. 50 seconds left to go, period number 1. 4-1 score in favor of Jake Ryan. A takedown and 2 near fall points for the Trojans. A high crotch attempt by Fisher, fended off by Ryan. Ryan now in, trying to get on a headlock of Fisher. Both wrestlers on the far side of the mat now. Turning back to the center of the mat. 28 seconds left to go. Period number 1 action. Again, you're listening to Chad States and Bearcat Wrestling on the airnetwork.net. This is our first match of the year. We'll bring you a couple more duels before we get into team tournament and individual tournament action later on in the year. There's a shot attempt by Ryan in on the left leg, and Fisher trying to spin around at the end of the period and unable to get. He's going to get the 2-point takedown at the very end of the period. And Coach Ward says, yeah, that's probably about right. Not going to argue that point. And we're going to get, it's going to be a 4-3 lead for Ryan as Landon Fisher with that late takedown on Ryan, and it's a 4-3 bout score heading into period number 2. Fisher will take the down position and try to quickly get to his base and get out from underneath Ryan. Ryan in on a tight waist, and now Fisher trying to turn in on Ryan, and he's able to, and he's going to get out for the 1-point escape. There it is, and we are all tied up here at 1:40 to go, period number 2. 4-4 your bout score. Jake Ryan of Mount Union and Landon Fisher of Huntingdon. Coach Mike is trying to tell him to pick up, Landon to pick up the pace here. Doesn't want Landon to get into overtime. The Wrestlers now return back to the center of the mat as they both went out of bounds. 1:20 to go, period number 2. Fisher drops down to a knee, trying to look for an inside trip, unable to. Ryan. Now there's a weak shot attempt. Fisher trying to drop down to another level to get a shot. Both Wrestlers out of bounds, 1:06 to go, period number 2 action. 4-4 your bout score. Landon Fisher of Huntingdon, Jake Ryan of Mount Union. Again, Fisher 15-5 on the year, and a returning place winner for the Bearcats. 5th place at the District 6 championships last year. 55 seconds left to go, period number 2. Both Wrestlers on they like that left side of the mat here. And they're returning back to the center. Coach Micah trying to tell Landy to keep his head up here. 41 seconds left to go, period number 2. And both Wrestlers in a neutral position. There's I thought it was going to be a shot attempt there by Fisher, but fended off by Ryan. 30 seconds left to go. At 220 pounds. Again, bout score 45-6 in favor of Huntingdon. Mount Union, again, as like we had said before, down in numbers, not the typical type of Mount Union lineup that we would see. 20 seconds left to go, period number 2 action here. Landon Fisher and Jake Ryan of Mount Union. Ryan wrestling at 220. I expect to see a forfeit at 285 pounds. There's a headlock attempt by Ryan, and Fisher able to hold that off at the end of period number 2. And we are tied heading into the 3rd period, and Ryan will take the down position. So 4-4 your score. Landon Fisher and Jake Ryan here at 220 pounds. You are again listening to Bearcat Wrestling on the airnetwork.net. And there is a reversal takedown for Ryan as he goes out to a 6-4 lead. 1:44 to go, 3rd period. He's got Fisher bellied out here in the middle of the mat. Again, let's help keep Bearcat Sports online and in our community, specifically with this FM radio. You can call Greg Banks on how you can help weekdays from 9 to 5 at 667-7195. We need help from Bearcat fans and alumni to help keep this thing going, so please call Greg weekdays from 9 to 5 at 667-7195 so we can keep Bearcat Sports alive and well on the airnetwork.net and on our upcoming FM signal. 1:07 left to go here as Ryan is still in control. And there's a Fisher able to get out from underneath Ryan and a 2-point reversal on his own. We're going to see if this is contested here by the Mount Union staff. We got a coach's warning on Mount Union as they come out yelling at the mat. But basically what happened, folks, is Ryan got a little bit too high on Fisher. Fisher able to come out between the legs and go right behind Ryan and get a 2-point takedown of his own. And we are all knotted up at 6 apiece. And now Fisher's going to try to keep Ryan down. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that as he's trying to bear hug him. Now Ryan trying to hit a headlock on Fisher. And Fisher still in control. 39 seconds left to go is Fisher. Now in on the left leg is Fisher, and he rides him out of bounds. 30 seconds left to go, 6-6. The question is, can Fisher keep Ryan down for these 30 seconds? Fisher in control. Ryan on the down position. Referee signals him in, and he's going to give a caution on red. Too quick a start here for Lanny. And he'll return to action now. There's the whistle, and we're off. 6-6 your bout score. Coach Micah trying to tell Lanny to stay on his legs, don't go too high. Now Ryan trying to base out and come out, not able to. Fisher doing a good job trying to keep him down. 14 seconds left to go. Tight waist now as Fisher's trying to walk him off the mat. We've got a stall warning on red as Lanny is just trying to hang on. And we're going to get a one-point escape with 1 second left to go, and Jake Ryan's going to win this. 7-6 as he's able to get the escape for Mount Union. With 1 second left to go, he gets the escape over Fisher and wins 7-6 at 220 pounds. Don't forget, you can listen to the match again at 10 p.m. online on theairnetwork.net. As Brady Shope will now come out and accept a forfeit at heavyweight. And that'll run our bout score to 51-9 in front of, for the Bearcats. And we'll move to 106 pounds, where it'll be Roland Mills of Huntingdon, 7-4, sophomore. And he is going to go up against Dawson Hockenberry of Mount Union as we roll through to the 106-pounders. Get a forfeit at 285 pounds, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forfeited weights for the Trojans, which is very untypical for the Mount Union program. But again, they are down in numbers. We kind of suspected that they would have some forfeits tonight, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Mills, 7-4, sophomore. Both rushers rolling around here and go out of bounds with 1:36 left to go here, first period action. Again, you can join two-time Super Bowl champion and former Pittsburgh Steeler Ike Taylor and national sports journalist John Harris every Wednesday at 10 p.m. for the Ike Taylor Show here on theairnetwork.net. Hear Ike's insight on the Steelers and anything else regarding the NFL, along with special guests and former players, exclusively here on the network.net. And we've got a 2-point takedown now for Roland Mills on the left side of the mat. And we've got a potentially dangerous stoppage here. So looks like Mills is going to get the early takedown for Huntingdon. Huntingdon leading the takedown parade. Huntingdon has, by my calculations, 13 takedowns, Mount Union 6 on the evening. Well, Mills in control, up 2-0. He's going to get hit for a penalty point, so that's what the referee was saying. So it's a 2-1 score now in favor of Mills, as he had an illegal hold on Hockenberry. So 2-1 score as Mills goes to work from the top position. And he's in on a tight waist and working in on the left wrist of Hockenberry. He's got to try to keep his hips up here and ride him out here. 38 seconds left to go. Period number 1. 2-1 your score. And Mills is trying to look and trying to get Hockenberry over. He's trying to get a up here on Hockenberry. Hockenberry doing a good job of fending it off and did fend it off. And now Hockenberry in on the right leg of Mills and maybe trying to work through on a reversal of his own. Mills doing a good job of, there's a crossface by Mills and grabbing back on the ankle and now able to belly out Hockenberry now. Up. Whoa, he's got blood time. Whoa, he was trying to work Hockenberry over, but Hockenberry with blood time now. 11 seconds left to go. Period number 1. 2-1 your score in favor of Roland Mills of Huntingdon. Again, your score 51-9 in favor of the Bearcats. As Huntingdon again will run their record to 9-1 overall. They will be heading to the Escape the Rock tournament. It's Friday and Saturday. Jacob Oliver seeded second in that tournament at 170 pounds. He seeded second behind Ryan Caroli of Malvern Prep. That is a prep school out of Pennsylvania. Caroli, a senior. He is ranked 5th in the nation and headed to Northwestern. Jake Oliver seeded second behind him. Jake is ranked 10th nationally at 170 pounds. And Jake will be taking his talents to the Fighting Scots of Edinburgh next year. So he will be headed to a PSAC school, and a darn good one at that, as Edinburgh is a perennial top 15 to top 10 program year in and year out, with head coach Flynn up there, having a finalist here a couple years ago in Port from Belfont, and also with just an outstanding program that they run over there. The AD used to be Bruce Baumgartner, if that gives you wrestling fans any indication as to how good and how strong a program Edinburgh has. So Jake Oliver will be taking his talents to the northwest corner of Pennsylvania. Next year, as he will become a Fighting Scot, but he will He's seated second behind Ryan Caroli of Malvern Prep at the Escape the Rock. That is at Council Rock South over near Philly, Council Rock South High School this weekend. It's a Friday and Saturday. Oh, it's a Saturday-Sunday? I thought it was a Friday-Saturday deal. Okay, Jeff corrects me. It is a Saturday-Sunday tournament, so we'll see what happens there for the Bearcats. And we're still on blood time here. They cut the blood time clock, so we're trying to just get Mills here cleaned up and all the blood off of any body parts that he has out there. Rolling to scrappy 106-pound wrestler for the Bearcats. Again, a sophomore, 7-4 on the year. Going up against Dawson Hockenberry of Mount Union. We'll see if we can get Coach John Mikett, or if not, maybe we'll try to get one of his assistants over here to the table for a post-match interview. 10 seconds left to go, period number 1. Now we're going to restart action. Mills is up 2-1 lead over Hockenberry of Mount Union. We're trying to ride him out here at the end of period number 1, and Mills will do a good job of that. And it'll be his choice. He will defer the third period. Hockenberry will take the down position here at 106 pounds. And Hockenberry not out with the escape yet, as Mills still in with the. There's going to be a reversal for 2 for Hockenberry on Mills, and he will now go out to a 3-2 score. 3-2 lead for Hockenberry as he tries to run an arm bar here on Mills here in the center of the mat. 1:32 left to go. Period number 1, 106 pounds. Dawson Hockenberry, Mount Union, Roland Mills of Huntingdon. Mills trying to get his hips up and get out from underneath of Hockenberry. Hockenberry doing a good job of holding Mills down and holding the left arm of Mills underneath so he's unable to break free. Now Mills up to a base and quickly out now. We got a tie score, 3-3. And we got a blood time now for, looks like it's going to be, nope, no blood time, as referee looks like he thought he saw blood, not seeing it, and says, get back to work here, guys, as they do. 3-3 now, 1:01 to go, period number 2 action between Mills of Huntingdon and Hockenberry of Mount Union. Scrappy 106 pounds now. Looks like Mills in on a right leg single shot attempt on Hockenberry. He's got to try to step over here to finish this off, not able to. As Hockenberry tries to dive in on top of him, and he does, and Hockenberry finishes off the takedown. So there's a 2-point takedown for Hockenberry, and he extends his lead now to 5-3 over Mills of Huntingdon. 25 seconds left to go. Period number 2. Where he starts center of the mat. Mills quickly to his feet and trying to peel away from Hockenberry, but Hockenberry does a good job of breaking Mills right back down and back in on the ankle of Mills is Hockenberry. Now Mills trying to break free and switch out for a reversal of his own. Hockenberry doing a good job of still controlling the left leg of Mills, and we end period number 2, 5-3 score in favor of Hockenberry of Mount Union. Got some blood time here now for Hockenberry. Mills had deferred, so he will take the bottom position and try to get out. Now to get out rapidly and then try to get a takedown of Hockenberry here at 106 pounds. Again, just to do a little bit of a brief recap. Bout score is 51-9 in favor of Huntingdon. Huntingdon with 2 falls on the evening, one for Jacob Oliver at 182 pounds, the other by way of Trenton Schaefer over Taven McMickens at 145 pounds. But Huntingdon really taking control of this match because of the forfeits that Mount Union has put out, and that is 5 forfeits and 30 team points for the Bearcats. Let's return now to third period action. Referee blows his whistle, and Mills quickly to his feet, now trying to peel away from Hockenberry, but Hockenberry proving to be a tough dude on top, and he's able to just stay high on Mills. Now if Mills can get his head out for a two-point takedown, and he did, there's a two-point reversal for Mills. Exactly what the doctor ordered there, and now we're out to a 5-5 score. Mills with the reversal of Hockenberry, 1:40 to go. Period number 3, 5-5. We are all tied up here at 106 pounds. Now Hockenberry quickly to his feet as Mills in on a tight waist, trying to break Hockenberry down to the mat. Hockenberry trying to sit out and get through. Now he's trying to turn in on Mills, unable to, as Mills is able to still maintain left wrist control over Hockenberry. Hockenberry now trying to reach in on the left leg of Mills. Looks like he's trying to do a power half on Hockenberry. We're going to get a stalemate at 1:12 to go. Period number 3, 5-5 the score in favor of Mills of Huntington. And referee blows his whistle. Mills in on a tight waist. Hockenberry trying to sit out. Unable to. 1:03 to go here. Period number 3. And Mills trying to look and see if he can hit a cradle here. He's got it locked up. If he can pull it through, I don't know if he's going to be able to. He's really trying hard to pull it through and unable to. Might end up giving a reversal here to Hockenberry as Mills is trying to lock up the cradle, and we're going to get a two-point reversal for Hockenberry on Mills with 37 seconds left to go, period number 3. Now Mills trying to come out and unable to, as Hockenberry still in control here. Center of the mat, 28 seconds left to go. 7-5 bout score. And we're trying to see if Mills can come out. He's working free, trying to work free. And are we going to get a two-point reversal here for Mills? He's getting close. He's getting close. Still in control, says the referee with the Mount Union wrestler. And 5 seconds left to go. Is he going to give a two-point reversal for Mills with 3 seconds left to go, and it knots it up at 7-7. So, and he got 2 reversal and 2 back points, so Mills is going to win this on a 4-point move with 3 seconds left to go over Dawson Hockenberry. So we're going to have a 9-7 win for Roland Mills of Huntington by way of a 4-point reversal and back points awarded to him at 106 pounds, and it'll make the bout score 54-6 in favor of the Bearcats. So an outstanding job there of a never-quit effort by Roland Mills, and we'll move off to 113 pounds in the final bout of the evening between Caleb Reamer of Huntington, 5-1, versus Caleb Kramer. It's Caden Reamer of Huntington versus Caleb Kramer of Mount Union. And before we forget, we don't want to forget our sponsors here tonight. Huntington Moose Family Center, number 223, Pennsylvania Highlands Community College, All-America Pizza and Subs, Nels Concrete LLC, Dr. Michael Simone, and Brenneman's Meat Market. Thanks for all listening, or thank you for listening to Bearcat Sports, and thank you to our sponsors. You're listening to Bearcat Wrestling here on the airnetwork.net. In the final bout of the evening here at 113 pounds, Caden Reamer, a sophomore, I believe, as I look down through here. He is a freshman. Caden Reamer, a freshman, 113-pounder for the Bearcats versus Caleb Kramer of Mount Union. 0-0 your bout score, 45 seconds into the first period here as both wrestlers are tied up here at the right edge of the mat. And wrestlers are going to go 56 seconds left to go. Stalemate to call. Referee returning back here to the center of the mat in the neutral position. As we continue action here in period number 1. Again, 54-9 is the team score in favor of the Bearcats. And action from 113 pounds. Both wrestlers just collar tied up here, middle of the match. Seems to be a theme here as they're both looking for position now. Working elbows is Reamer from Huntingdon. Let's go with that. No real shot attempt by either one. There's a weak shot attempt by Reamer. Really not much of anything there. 15 seconds left to go. Period number 1, 0-0. Your bout score here at 113 pounds. And the clock ticks down. Reamer trying to work in on the right leg, and there's a headlock attempt by Kramer at the end of the period. Referee's going to call that off and say it was the buzzer sounded before the takedown or the headlock occurred. Kramer is going to choose down to start the second period, and we are still 0-0 here at 113 pounds. Again, Caden Reamer, 5-1 freshman, versus Caleb Kramer of Mount Union. Again, don't forget you can listen to the rebroadcast of this at 10 o'clock tonight on the airnetwork.net. We will bring you more action throughout the season. Next action up on the airnetwork.net will be Huntingdon boys basketball versus Bellefonte. That will be on January 17th. We will next bring you wrestling action on February 1st versus the Central Scarlet Dragons here again from Huntingdon. 0-0 your score. Reamer still in control in the top position, trying to break Kramer down in the middle of the mat, and he's able to return him back down as Kramer's trying to get to his feet, but Reamer doing a good job holding on to the left ankle of Kramer, or the right ankle of Kramer, excuse me. Now Kramer to his feet, but Reamer still in control, holding control of the elbow, and now the referee is going to award a 1-point escape for Kramer at 1 minute left to go here in period number 2. So 1-0 your bout score. Caleb Kramer in front of Caden Reamer of Huntingdon. Kramer now in on a right leg shot attempt, and Kramer able to hold that off. So he's got deep underhooks in on Reamer of Huntingdon. Reamer trying to spin free of that, but Kramer having none of it as he's just kind of laying on the back of Reamer now. Reamer standing up. But Kramer again in with those underhooks and unable to let Reamer do anything for Huntingdon. 9 seconds left to go, period number 2. 1-0 your bout score in favor of Caleb Kramer of Mount Union. So Mount Union winning 2 bouts tonight. That coming by the way of a 7-6 decision for Jake Ryan over Landon Fisher, and a Josh Boozle pin at 120 pounds over Chandler Lauer. Beyond that, it's been all Huntingdon. So start period number 3 here at 113 pounds. Again, the final bout of the evening. Reamer trying to get to his feet to get out and get that all-important 1-point escape here in the third period. We got a stall warning on Mount Union. A stall warning on Kramer as he's just hanging on and not really doing anything with his positioning. So referee's explaining to him, hey, you got to make an attempt. You got to try to do something with one of those moves. And now Kramer going to give the optional start to Reamer. Just cut him loose, and we'll have a 1-1 bout score here for Huntingdon. Caden Reamer, again, freshman 5-1 against Caleb Kramer, 1-1 your score. Kramer in on a deep single leg of Reamer. Reamer doing a good job of sprawling out of that and fending it off. 1:08 to go, period number 1, and we're going to return both messengers to center of the mat as the referee said that's a stalemate. And we'll try to get the action going here, 113 pounds. So good shot attempt there by Kramer. Fended off nicely by Reamer. Again, 1-1 your score. See if Reamer's able to get his offense going here. As we haven't had a match go to overtime yet. We're going to knock on wood as I get a little bit of a death stare here from Jeff Norris, as we don't want to see one go to overtime here this evening. 37 seconds left to go, period number 3. 1-1 your score, Reamer of Huntingdon and Kramer of Mount Union. And neither wrestler really making a great attempt at a shot. Now Kramer in underneath of Reamer and trying to work off to the side, and now is trying to get a cradle hooked up, and now scoots around for the 2-point takedown goes Kramer, and he is out to a 3-1 lead with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and Kramer's going to win this one by virtue of a 3-1 bout score. So that's Kramer of Mount Union over Reamer of Huntingdon. That's going to make the score 54-12 and end the bout for the evening. So we are going to take a 2-minute break and come back with a wrap-up. You've been listening to Bearcat Wrestling on the airnetwork.net.
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Join the women of the Moose for another great breakfast and bake sale coming up Saturday, January 21st from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Plus, check out our Friday food specials every Friday this month. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu. It's a brand new year, so start it off right by shedding those pounds and living a healthy lifestyle. Call Dr. Michael Simone at Simone Family Chiropractic and Weight Loss at 613 Washington Street, downtown Huntingdon, for a proven safe way to shed those extra pounds. Dr. Simone utilizes the doctor-supervised Chiro Thin weight loss program that helps you lose significant weight without exercise, expensive prepackaged foods, or diet shakes. It's real food with real results. Try the Chiro Thin plan on your way to a healthier you by calling Dr. Simone for a free consultation. Call 643-2616 for a happier you.
Grab the Big Kahuna, the 24 square cut pizza with your choice of one topping for only $19.99. Now at All American Pizza and Subs at 612 Washington Street, downtown Huntingdon. All American Pizza and Subs has delivery, and they're the home of great pizza, subs, salad, wings, and more for lunch, dinner, or a late night snack. Call All American Pizza and Subs right now at 643-0222. Closed Mondays. All American Pizza and Subs. Like us on Facebook.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909. It's theairnetwork.net. I'm Greg Banks in the studio. Chad States with a wonderful job tonight on that wrestling match between Huntingdon and Mount Union. What a rivalry every year. And, of course, Chad States will join us throughout the year this winter with more Bearcat wrestling. Of course, dual matches, we've got tournaments, and we've got the states. We're looking forward to it. Chad, thank you, man. Good job tonight, man.
Hey, no problem. It was a great effort by the Bearcats this evening as they go out to as they win this one 54-12. They only dropped 3 matches the whole entire evening. But again, we had said that Mount Union did not have a full roster. They did forfeit 5 matches. I was run down the winners for Huntingdon at 106 pounds. Roland Mills with a 9-7 win over Dawson Hockenberry. At 126 pounds, Jacob Wagner received a forfeit. At 132 pounds, Isaac Benson received a forfeit. At 138 pounds, Tyler Scott with a hard-fought 7-2 victory over Andrew Tadero. It was Trenton Schaefer with a fall in 3 minutes and 16 seconds over Taven McMickens of Mount Union at 145 pounds. At 152 pounds, Joey Bailey of Huntingdon gets the win 8-3 over Caleb Morgan of Mount Union. Then 2 more forfeits for the Bearcats as Braden Node and Seth Bainey received forfeits at 160 pounds and 170 pounds, respectively. Then out at 182 pounds, Huntingdon bumps up their PIAA state champ, Jacob Oliver, and he records a fall over Tucker Helfrich of Mount Union at 154. Alex Mikett with a 3-2 victory at 195 pounds, and Brady Shope receiving a forfeit at heavyweight will round out the winners for the Bearcats tonight. I have the Bearcats unofficially winning the takedown competition as well, 17-10. So an overall great night for the Huntingdon Bearcats. They will return to action this weekend at the Escape the Rock tournament. That will be at Council Rock South. You want to pay attention to that tournament specifically, and not leaving out anybody here, but with 2 nationally ranked wrestlers at 170 pounds, seeded 1 and 2. That being Jake Caroli or Ryan Caroli of Malvern Prep at 170. He'll be the top seed. And then our own Huntington's own Jacob Oliver will be the number 2 seed. He is ranked 10th nationally in that tournament. So we look forward to seeing what the results of that are. We will be back in action in a couple of weeks as we will bring the Huntington and Central Scarlet Dragon match here from the Huntington Gymnasium. But tonight's score, Huntington 54, Mount Union 12.
Thank you for listening to Huntingdon Bearcat Wrestling on the AirNetwork.net. Tonight's match was presented by Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, the heart of the community, and by Penn Highlands Community College, an affordable education close to home. Huntingdon Bearcat Wrestling also brought to you by All American Pizza and Subs, Breineman's Meat Markets, Simone Chiropractic and Weight Loss, and Mel's Concrete LLC. Join Chad States again next time for more exciting Bearcat Wrestling. It's all live and it's all here all season long, exclusively on the AirNetwork.net.